Hi friends, welcome to Happy Kids India. In today's video, we are going to learn or discuss about exception handling in Python. So exception handling is handling one type of errors, that is nothing but runtime errors. But before that, let us know about different type of errors in any programming language. There are three types of errors in any programming language. The first thing, compile time errors. Compile time errors are syntax errors or violating the syntactical rules of any programming language. Let us see an example. So for example, here am I saying print 1 in Python. It is giving an error. So it says missing parenthesis. Let's also try to print something else. Print. Thank you. And let us execute again. So it is missing a parenthesis and it is not going to the second line. It's not printing the second line, although there is no error, because all the compile time errors, all the syntax error have to be corrected before the program gets compiled. So let us put parenthesis. Now this will get run. So this is the kind of syntax error. Also, for example, I'm saying print A and it says name A is not defined. Means without defining a variable, we cannot use it in a print statement or any expression. Right? These are the kind of syntax errors. There are so many syntax errors. For example, if we do not close this, suppose if we close this with single quote, this is giving error because here you opened with double quote, closing with single quote. This is a syntactical error. There can be many such errors. Logical errors. Logical errors are human mistakes in defining the logic to solve a problem. If we write logical errors, there will not be any compile time errors, there will not be any runtime error, but the result will be entirely wrong. Suppose let us say a is equal to 3, b is equal to 4 and we want to take an average. So we will add the two numbers, then divide by 2 and then print average and execute it. So is there any compile time error? Is there any runtime error? But the result is wrong, right? So average of 3 and 4 will be 3.5. It cannot be 5 because here the division is happening first, not the addition. So we have to put a parenthesis here. This is simple logic. It is correct now. Similarly, if you are assigning a value to a wrong variable or something like that, you will get errors. So these are all logical errors. That means there will not be any error during compile time. There will not be any error during runtime. But the result will be wrong in logical errors. The third type of errors are runtime errors. And let us see. I'm giving b equal to 0. Let me say c equal to a by b. And print C. So I am executing it. It is giving, it says division by 0. This is called a runtime error. So let me, for example, input instead of giving a constant. Input, int of input, enter first value or first number, b equal to int input, enter second number, and now I'm saying a slash b equal to c, and I'm also writing another statement, say thank you. Let us execute and see. So here I'm giving 3 and 2, so it says 1.5 and also the next statement got executed saying thank you. So let us give 0 for the second value, 3 and 0. So here it says division by 0 and the next statement that is printing thank you is not getting executed. The program is getting aborted here itself because it cannot divide with 0. It says division by 0. This is called a runtime error, and handling these runtime errors is called exception handling. For example, a railway clerk, he enters 10 fields and in the 10th field he enters some wrong value and the program gets aborted. By the time he enters the 10 fields again, the ticket may not be available, right? These kind of issues will come. So instead of that, we have to handle that error. So here I am putting a try block. Exception handling, we have to use a try. And what should happen if there is an error? Except, you can simply say pass. Pass means do nothing. And the C value, here it should get printed, but there is no C value. So instead of that, we should do something. Let me say, in case of error, print error. And if there is no error, what should happen? For that case, you should say else. And I am putting this print statement in else block. C value will exist only if this statement got executed correctly, right? So if there is error, you print error. If there is no error, print C value. And then print the thank you statement. So let us see. So I am giving no error here, 3 and 7. So it is printing 0.4. This one else block got executed because there is no error and thank you got executed. Let us run again. So this time I am giving 8 and 0. So it says error. This exception block got executed because there is an error and it printed error and then it came out of the block and it's printing the next statement also. So instead of printing error, let us print the exact error. Here I can say exception as some variable name E, and I am printing that E here. So let us execute 5 and 0. So it says division by 0. I did not give any error message here. It is printing division by 0 and it is going to the next statement, thank you. Because it is a standard exception. Here instead of exception, I can also say 0 division error. These are standard errors, standard exceptions. Here I am saying except 0 division error as E, print E. This is also same, but this will only handle this error, no other errors. So run, giving 3 and 0. It's simply printing E. It's nothing but the actual error from the inbuilt exception, division by 0, and it is going to the next statement. We can also handle other errors. Here I am saying except means any other error. We can also give the built-in errors names also. We can handle as many as you want. If you put only except, so any other error means other than what we handled earlier. Except, here I am saying print other error. So here instead of this A by B, let us use something else. For example, C is equal to int input, enter third number, and here there is no division here. Here I want to print average equal to A plus B plus C divided by 3. So I am printing the average number here. So let me say I am giving 3 values, 3, 2, third number 5, that is printing average, and say thank you. Because there is no error, this else block got executed. And let us give some error. So I am saying 3, 5, and here I am entering some word instead of number. So it says other error. because this is not zero division error, it is some other error. So this other except block got executed and it is printing other error. If you want to print exact error, you can also take like except exception as E, and I am printing this E here. Instead of printing other error, I want to print what is that error. So I am executing it. So I am giving 3, 7, some text. So it says invalid literal for int with base 10, means it cannot convert this value into int because we did not give any number. So the error, and the next statement is also getting executed. So which block got executed? This except block did not get executed because it's not a zero division error. This block got executed because any other error, and else block did not executed because there is an error. If there is no error only, this else block get executed, and the next statement got executed, whatever happens. And one more statement is finally. You can say finally block. This will execute whether there is an error or no error. Error or no error. I'm just printing something like this, and let us give. I'm giving 3, 2, 3, 2 and 5. It is printing average, and there it says error or no error. So whether there is an error or no error, this finally block will get executed. Let us give error scenario. So I'm giving 9, 8 and some text instead of number. So it says invalid literal. This error, it cannot convert to int, and error or no error. So even during error also, this finally block get executed. Then thank you, of course, the last statement is also getting executed. So this is about exception handling. So try block, we will give the statement for which we have to handle the error, and we can use as many except blocks for different errors or any other errors, and else block if there is no error, finally block either error or no error, then we can continue with whatever logic we want. So now we can also raise errors. Let us see how to raise errors. Here I am defining some function, say something which takes two variables and it prints a by b. For example, a by b equal to a by b, and here I'm calling something with 3, 4. So what should it do? This 3 will pass it to a, b will get passed to b, and it should print the result of division. So let us say, so it is printing 0.75. So here if we give 0, this program will get aborted, right? Let us also print some other statement. Thank you. And now I am giving 0 and executing it. It is raising an exception, division by 0, and this statement is not getting executed because this is calling with 3 and 0, and a by b will be an error because it cannot divide by 0. Here I want to handle it. Instead of handling, I want to raise it. For example, here if b equal to 0, raise 0 division error. We can also give whatever our own message here. Second value cannot be 0. Whatever error, whatever message you want, we can give it. So let us execute again and see. So it says second value cannot be 0. So whatever message we gave, but we want to handle this, right? So here we have to put it in try block. Try something, and if there is an error, except print error. We can do that like this, right? We can also use else block, finally block, and all that. So we can handle like this. So it says error and thank you. Else and no error. But here error only because we directly gave 0. So So let me give 4 and execute. It is also printing this value because this condition did not get true. So we gave 4. So it is printing this statement, and then it is also printing no error, and it is printing thank you. And in case of error, if you want to print the error which we returned, we can also say except exception, any exception as ye, and here I am printing that error message which you have already seen. See, it says second value cannot be 0, thank you. So this is returning second value cannot be 0 because second value is 0. If b equal to 0, it is returning this error, so it is printing that error, and then it is going to the next statement because we already handled the exception. If we don't handle here itself, this program will get terminated and the remaining statements will not get executed. Similarly, if you don't want to print, you can also say pass. Pass means do nothing. So like this, and let me say give some value. So it's not doing anything here, although there is no exception. It is printing the value here, and then it is going to the next statement. We can use pass statement anywhere for any exception, or else, or finally for any block we can also use pass if we don't want to do anything in that case. So this is about exception handling, and we have also learned how to raise an error, raise an exception with our own message, and we are handling the same thing. Thank you. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe so that you will get notifications for all my videos. Thank you so much.